Hello and welcome to a Vintage Cube draft. This is my first Vintage Cube draft of this Cube season, and we opened up a pack that's not super powerful. There's nothing that immediately pulls to me, but let's see. We have Kitchen Finks, don't want that. Emeria's Call, no. I think we have as options the Duel, the Blood Crypt. The Gruul Signet is nice because Signets are good, and there's Splinter Twin. I think the Splinter Twin deck is not bad. It's at least a fun one to draft. And otherwise there's Ugin as like a big ramp payoff or Cryptic Command. But let's just start with Twin and see where we land. Okay, well, there's the Pestermite, so we can just move right in. There's also Mind's Desire if we want to go Storm. I kind of want to take either Prismatic Vista or Wooded Foothills. Probably Wooded Foothills just because it gets us duels. But if we take this Pestermite, then we do have a nice start and we're on track. Missing out on the fetch is kind of unfortunate, but let's just take the Pestermite. Maybe we're forcing this a little bit. Well, talk about force. There's Force of Will. And now Force of Will isn't that amazing and people overrate it, I feel. But at the same time, there's a bunch of nonsense running around. And having Force of Will to protect our potential Splinter Twin combo, that does sound pretty appealing. So let's take the Force. Other cards that are interesting, Yorion, but I don't know how you can make a Yorion deck like with the companion. Maybe as just a card in the 60 it's good, or in the 40, sorry. Fiery Confluence is nice. Young Pyromancer is kind of nice. I wouldn't mind playing Young Pyromancer in my twin deck, but I think Force, just stopping your opponent's nonsense and then getting to force through your own seems pretty good. So let's take that. All right, this pack doesn't have that much for us. There's Blackleaf Cliffs as a duel, but you can't fetch it. Karn is kind of middle of the road. Fire Blast if we want to audible into mono red. Lion's Eye Diamond for Storm. Nothing super appealing. Maybe we take the Lightning Helix and be like open to getting like Jeskai Twin. I don't know, this pack is not very good. We can try and go into mono red, but who wants to go into mono red? Let's take the Lightning Helix. Omnath, that's a sweet one. Maybe we can draft like an Omnath deck. I don't know what that would look like, but Gaia's Cradle is pretty powerful. Cabal Ritual, Kozilek, Balance. Balance can be good, but we're not a balance deck. Seething Song. I'm tempted to just take the Omnath. It's kind of sad that we didn't take the Sakura Tribuilder. Like, not because I think Omnath is amazing, but it could be pretty fun. Otherwise, Kozilek and hope to get like Through the Breach. Yeah, let's just take the Omnath, see what happens. It's not the right pick, but it's the fun one. Past in Flames, Direfleet Daredevil, Boros Signet, Lotus Petal. Okay, it's nice that they added this in here. I don't think it was in before. Disenchant's not bad either, but I think we just take the Signet and be pretty happy with that. Ooh, Thassa's Oracle. Ooh, Niv Mizzet. We can be the Omnath Niv Mizzet deck. Probably not good, but it does sound fun. Otherwise, we take a Lightning Strike, but that's kind of interchangeable. Can be whatever. Like, this is probably just not good, but it could be kind of fun. All right, we're giving up a Lightning Strike and maybe a Thassa's Oracle. I'm not sure if there's any combos with it. Let's take the Niv Mizzet. Maybe the Niv Mizzet Omnath Pipe Dream actually happens. Gilded Lotus. That could work with the Omnath, although I guess it only taps for one color. Hydroid Traces or Dreadheart Arcanist. Let's take if we take the Krasis, that's for the Niv Mizzet Omnath deck, and the Dreadhorde is for another deck, but let's take the Krasis. What do we take here? I guess Finale. Well, any of these other cards I'm not super interested in. Kitchen Finks, but that's just very medium. Finale gets us both Omnath and Niv Mizzet. Let's take the Finale. Oath of Druids. You can build a deck that oaths into Omnath or Niv Mizzet. That doesn't seem that strong, to be honest. And we can't play Krasis, just awkward. Let's take the Vantage as a duel. Okay, still like Young Pyromancer. Maybe we just audible out of this Omnath nonsense and we still have like the makings of a Jeskai Twin deck. I don't hate Parallax Wave, can be good. So let's take that. Let's take the Lavalcraw Reaches. No, take the Vindicate for our Niv Mizzet deck. We will take Stirring Wildwood and Yawgmoth's Bargain. All right, I think we may have gone a little too deep on this Omnath Niv Mizzet Pipe Dream, but still don't think we gave up all that much. Selesnya Signet, Cultivate, Teferi, Fencer. I mean, Fencer is pretty good in the twin type of deck. Teferi is just good in general. I really like Fencer. He's very versatile. We did pass up a Caracas already, so it's not as good. Yeah, I really want to do this, but we also do not have the fixing to really pull this off. Let's just take this out of here anyways. Yeah, let's just take the Venser. Nighthawk Scavenger, Scarab God, Vraska, Emery, Stomping Ground, Sylvan Carrot if we still want to pursue this dream. I think we just move this over to the sideboard. If our deck really doesn't come together, we can still think about doing that, but no. Let's just take the Treachery. All right, what do we have here? Baral, Kaya, Flame Slash, Dismember. We're not seeing, I mean, we got past the Treachery. We're not seeing anything for the real twin deck. So what do we take here? I think even if we want to consider the dumb Niv Mizzet plan, most of these cards will wheel. So I think it's between like Dismember or Flame Slash. I think Dismember being instant is good, but having to pay life is kind of meh. Or we take Baral. Yeah, let's take the Baral. Yeah. Ooh, Jace. Okay. So blue is open. Okay, so let's just stick to our guns then. I would have liked to get Sneak Attack and Impulse. Sneak Attack would have been sweet if we just made the disciplined pick of taking the Kozilek. But let's take Jace and be very happy. Teferi, Torrential Gearhawk. I think I take the Teferi. Teferi is just so good. It's so obnoxious to play against. It just shuts off all the interaction. Makes it very easy to twin combo. We did see a Restoration Angel. I wouldn't mind picking that up on the wheel. I think it's Phantasmal Image or Fumarole, but let's take a land, even though it's not a great one. Still dual, and we're looking to be 3 colors. Okay, Vendilion Clique, Imperial Recruiter, Celestial Colonnade. Recruiter is nice because it can get us Pestermite, but I love Vendilion Clique. Just good disruption, still has a clock. I like my twin decks to kind of also be a blue-red aggressive type deck. Wow, Narset and Dak Faden. I'd be very happy with both of these. I don't get why this is still the alternate art, but I think Dak is maybe just a little better still, but Narset on its own kind of makes an archetype with wheels, but Dak is just so great. Just stealing someone's Mox or Signet is pretty powerful. Don't want Goblin Welder, not in the market for an MT. I think we take the Elishnorn. Unlikely to play it, but okay, Sacred Foundry is nice. It's a duel. We like those. Condemn, Flame Slash, Kaya. I think we take this Flame Slash. I'd like to splash white. It's annoying that this can't go to the face, but I mean, for the aggressive plan, that's a little worse. But just 1 mana, kill something. I like it. I wouldn't mind picking up Kiki-Jiki or like a Deceiver Exarch. And then I just want some cheap stuff. Like I would love Remand in this deck. Mana Leak or Counterspell. Fire Ice is one of my favorites. Just cheap interactive things. We'll take Sneak Attack. Probably not playing it as of right now, but could see that changing. Yeah, I think aside from our little detour into the pipe dream of Niv Mizzet and Omnath, as much as I'm sure that people would love to see me draft this, I think it's an easy way to lose some tickets. Maybe if I'd started off with like some green ramp package, I'd be more inclined to pursue it. I think I definitely will at some point. Niv Mizzet is probably more of a pipe dream even than Omnath. Ooh, Torrential Gearhawk is a nice one. It's kind of expensive, but it's nice to have like 1 top hand card. And we have some good instants, I think. Well, we have Force of Will and Lightning Helix. So maybe not that many yet, but we could get there. Brawl's also not that appealing right now. So let's just move that over here. Doesn't actually reduce any of the costs except for Force of Will, but I hope I'm not casting that for its normal mana cost all that many times. Would also be nice to start this draft, my first draft, with a piece of power. We haven't seen any yet. Ooh, we got there. Black Lotus. Yep, we're taking the Lotus. Yeah, I mean, turn 1 Jace, anyone? Otherwise, I think I would have probably taken maybe Force of Negation. I like Ashok as well. Time Warp, sweet. Ulamog's kind of cool with Sneak Attack, but Lotus is great. Ooh, Fast Bond. I had some fun with Fast Bond last time, especially with Strip Mine. The Strip Mine deck is one of the fun ones to draft for sure, at least for you, not for your opponent. Misty Rainforest. Repeal is not terrible. Vamp is good, but we're not in the colors, so I think I just take the Misty. Having fetches is nice. If we get a green or a blue duel, This could potentially fix our mana. It's a shuffle with Jace, so it's all good. Oh, oof, rough. I kind of want a mana leak because I want some interaction, but I also really like this Steam Vents. Just makes our mana a little bit better. We already have the Misty. It's unlikely that we get back this mana leak. Chart of Course also very nice. Dimmer Signet, nice. Chain Lightning, I wouldn't mind either. I think we have to take the Steam Vents here. As much as I want the mana leak, I think having consistent mana is pretty important. Underground Sea, but we don't have any black cards yet, so we can do without. Daze, I don't hate Daze. Brainstorm, but we don't have that many fetches. I think we just take the Daze as an interactive spell. It's pretty good with Young Pyromancer. It's good on your twin turn, and hey, worst comes to worst, we can pitch it a Force of Will, right? Ooh, Through the Breach. Embed the Emrakul's in the same pack. Honestly, I think looking at this pack, there's not that much else I would want. So we can also just take the Emrakul and have Sneak Attack Emrakul and Splinter Twin Pestamite to win. Feels like we're kind of light on that, and it's kind of shitty that Through the Breach was in the same pack, but maybe that wheels. If no one is on it, I could see that wheeling, to be honest. Ooh, Polluted Delta, Spirebluff Canal, Control Magic. Gush is not great. I do think I want the Delta. Yeah, we have Nahiri. Nahiri is kind of nice because it works as part of the Emrakul plan. We have Pyroclasm, which is good, but you can do without. I think I'd take the Nahiri. Can also get us the Pastormite if we really need it. Yeah, but like I said, we do need some playables still. And I'd like those playables to be a little lower on the curve. We only have like one drop and not too many twos. Goblin Guide is a 1-drop, but not the 1-drop we want. I can see taking Sword of Fire and Ice, but the swords haven't really impressed me all that much. They're just kind of slow. I mean, it's 5 mana before you get to connect for the first time. 5 mana is a lot. Okay, Little Mog makes the Sneak Attack plan a little more reliable. Let's take that. I'm not in love with the control elements that we have. Feels like we're a little light. Basically, we have Force and Daze. And I guess Vendilion Clique. I'll take a Repeal. Repeal's kind of good. Ancient Grudge also very nice, but can't really play that. Ooh, Chart of Course is nice. I think I'd rather have had the Mana Leak, but Chart of Course is still pretty good. Then a Johnny or Mizzium Mortars. I think we just want the cheaper spell. Don't necessarily want to play it, but it's good for the sideboard for the aggressive decks. Ooh, Through the Breach did come back. So we're just now more of a Through the Breach deck with the possibility of just twinning them. Take the Gush. I think it's more likely we play that than the Ritual. Although maybe just Emrakuling someone a turn earlier is good. Or we just add 11 lands and then we're at 17 lands. And I think this is the deck then. Yeah, we just splash for Lightning Helix, the Fairy, and Nahiri. I could see splashing or removing the Lightning Helix and just playing the Mizzium Mortars instead, just to make our removal a little bit more consistent. Yeah, let's do that, I think. It's unfortunate that we can't go to the face, but that's fine. And then we have 1, 2, 3 white sources here. So now we have 10 blue sources, 10 red sources, and 3 white sources, but we also have the Signet. So I think that's fine. Yeah, let's try this. See if we can Through the Breach or Sneak Attack some big Eldrazi's, and otherwise, if that fails, maybe we can just twin them. All right, we're here for our first round. Let's see our opener. No Lotus to be found here, but we do have lands. We have Chart of Course, we have removal, and we have a Daze. So I think we keep. Maybe this is not the type of hand that you keep, and I'm sure I'll get punished for it, but let's just try this. I do not like to mulligan, as my more frequent viewers might know. Start out with the Delta, pass the turn. Ooh, Student of Warfare. Yeah, that's fine. I think we fetch. I don't really want to Daze. And we can Flame Slash this. So let's get our Steam Vents. Treachery could be good. Let's just Flame Slash this now. You can Daze if we need to. And next turn, if we don't draw land, we just Chart a Course. Or if we've Dazed, then, well, let's just see what our opponent does. Double white for Adanto Vanguard. We can't actually kill that, so let's just Daze this then. That card doesn't die to our removal, so I think we just played a Fumarole. Leonin Relic Order. Okay. And then I just chart a course because we have nothing else going on. Ooh, am I getting countered? Yeah, brutal. We could have played around that, although I don't really want to pay life for my Steam Vents. So we are at a healthy life total. Our opponent still has 4 cards, but aren't under too much pressure. Honor of Pure, sure. Island, okay. Are they like splashing for counters? Mother of Ruins, that card is scary. I think what we all do is just play this Fencer to bounce the Mother, or we just kill the Mother. But Mizzium Mortars, getting to overload that seems like it would be pretty sweet also. So let's just Fencer their Mother and pass the turn, and maybe we draw land and we can Treachery their Mother. That could also be good. If we don't, I will just Mizzium Mortars. Is this a hero? Armageddon. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to draw out of this. Well, Plains. It's a land at least. I guess drawing Lotus wouldn't be terrible, but now the Mother is down, so we're drawing lands, but we don't really have much to draw into. Mono white beatdowns, yep. White weenie. Take our damage, yep. Selfless Spirit. Yeah, I don't think we can really get out of this. No. Armageddon gets us, as it does. Alright, here I think we want the Lightning Helix. Don't really see a reason for Dack Fayden. Torrential Gearhulk. It's not super relevant, I just don't think. I mean, Elish Norn, we could potentially cast it, and maybe through the breaching it in could also be good. I'm not sure this is correct, but sort of Fire and Ice is slow. Yeah, guess we try this. Maybe our hand was just a little bit too slow and non-proactive. Well, we have a turn 1 Jace, so I'm not gonna mulligan that. It doesn't have a little lands, so we could just get stuck, but I'm not mulliganing it. Island, Lotus, make blue, Jace. Then we draw 3, put back this Plains, this island and Through the Breach. And then we have Flame Slash Lightning Helix lined up, so we can protect our Jace pretty well. Windswept Heath, okay. Would be pretty sick if they fetch for a red source and just bolt our Jace now, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Scrubland, Student of Warfare, okay. I do think we just kill that, but first we just keep on brainstorming. Ooh, Pestermite, and we already have the Twin. So let's put back Through the Breach and I guess the island and just Flame Slash that thing. We do need to find a second red source. For now, I'll just continue with killing everything they play. Petty Theft, bouncing our Jace. Okay, that's annoying. So we know we're drawing the Through the Breach. I think I want to Vendilion click them now. Now that we can, otherwise they can maybe counter it. So why wait? Let's see what they're working with. Archangel Avacyn, Gideon Blackblade, Gideon Ally of Zendikar, Leonin Relic Warder, and Manathive. They can keep all of these. They seem to be stuck on lands, so let's just let them keep those. And we would have probably gotten Manathive if we would have waited, so I'm happy with that decision. Eidolon of Obstruction. Loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control cost 1 more to activate. Oh, your opponent's control, sorry. We can stop our Jace with it. So what we do is we play Pestermite now, so they can't counter it. Untapping our mountain, yes. Playing island, our plains, and then Lightning Helixing this guy, so we can play our Jace. I imagine they keep up Manathive just to try and stop us, but that's fine too. No, they have a play. Tithe Taker. Okay, so if we draw a mountain, we win. Didn't. I guess we just play Jace then. Just draw 3. Put back the Through the Breach and a Charter Course. Doesn't really matter. Play the island, so we have Treachery available. And then if they draw a land, they can play Gideon, but they can't necessarily kill Jace. We can attack them with the Pestermite, keep back to Vendilion, click to block, but that's not great, so let's just attack with both. They probably spend a bunch of time killing our Jace. Okay, so they can resolve Gideon, then they don't have counters up. They go after Jace, that makes sense. So what do they do now? I mean, if they just keep open mana, how are they gonna win? Leonin Relic Warder. So what do we do here? I guess we still just brainstorm, put back the Splinter Twin and the Charter Course, and then we can Treachery. Oh, actually we could have also done the Twin thing, but let's treachery the Tithe Taker. So we know they can't interact with whatever we're doing. Untap our lands and just through the breach. They didn't need to see what we were putting in. All right, that did it. They were stuck on lands and we were able to punish that. Actually take out the Shalish Narn. It seems a little greedy, and just put back the deck just in case, and otherwise it's at least some way to filter our draws. They also seem to have a lot of Planeswalkers. So yeah, whatever. Let's just try this. All right, game 3 for all the marbles. We have Sneak Attack for Emrakul, but it might just be too slow. We have Pestermite to kind of disrupt him, so let's try it. This is pretty powerful. Mother of Runes, that's a strong start. Teferi, alright. That can help us force everything through. What do they have? Adanto Vanguard, okay. So an aggressive draw from their side. Okay, Young Pyromancer is nice because it can buy us some time by making some tokens. We still do have this Emrakul to clean up. Okay, we attack, we take our 3. It's kind of annoying that we can't really use this Teferi to draw a card because of the Mother, but that's just what Mother of Runes does. It would be nice if they play like a non-creature permanent. They don't. Student, level up the student, Thraben Inspector. What do we want to do? We can also just Pestermite, tap one of the other lands, and they might be inclined to counter that. Yeah, what do we do here? We can Pestermite something on their turn just to stem the bleeding a little bit. And then the turn after we can either sneak attack already, or we can wait on the sneak attack and do the Teferi. What if we just play the Teferi, bounce their clue, and then they can kill the Teferi, but they need to send 2 guys at it. Otherwise Teferi just stays in play. We get to draw a card. It's not bad. We just bounce their clue. We get a card, they lose a card. Fencer. Okay, so then we have a play for next turn. Scrubland, okay. I'm scared of a potential Armageddon, but I guess we sort of have that covered with the Venser. Now the question is, do they want this Teferi to be off the board or not? Do they care? We'll soon find out. It's also interesting that if we play the sneak attack, if they for some reason tap out this turn, we can play the sneak attack. And then if they Armageddon, we can keep the mountain in hand, play mountain, sneak attack in Emrakul, and just kill their whole board. But yeah, it all depends on what they do here, of course. The Teferi just bouncing their clue might seem like a kind of a weak play from their side, because yeah, we're not answering their board really. They don't care too much about that clue. That Teferi could be valuable, but I don't know what they're thinking. So they are definitely thinking though. Okay, they're going to combat. See if they bother trying to kill this Teferi or not. If they do, it tells me that they have interactive spells in their hand, I guess. So this is going at me. The Thraben Inspector is going at Teferi, and the Adanto Vanguard is coming at me. The way my hand is made up, I think I do want to trade this. I mean, I'm not getting any tokens from it. Having the Teferi is kind of nice. Jite, okay. Jit's good. I was just going to say, I wouldn't mind drawing a Lotus. Yeah, let's plus, and then just play Island. And I think we just pass. Yeah. There's nothing we need to do right now. I mean, we could play sneak attack, but that's not necessary. Our opponents can't respond to anything we're doing anyways. And we also have the Flame Slash. So we can both Flame Slash as Pestermite and Venser. They equip the student, all right. So we know we're not getting Armageddon. So I think we just Pestermite, tapping the student. Curious if they give it protection. That does expose their mother. I guess we should have waited till beginning of combat. Let's just Flame Slash it. Don't want to get hit by this jet, and just this makes their turn all the more awkward. They can attack the Teferi with Adanto Vanguard. If they do, I do think I block, just because this lets me resolve the Through the Breach or the sneak attack for Emrakul, and I'm sure of that. They paid a life. Yeah, makes sense. Celestial Colonnade. Daze is not bad. Plus Teferi. Play sneak attack. And we sneak in Emrakul. Okay, they want to play on. I guess they technically have permanence in play, but they also go to 1. So this Adanto Vanguard needs to do a lot of work to be able to get out of this, and I don't think they can. Next turn we can just put in the Venser with sneak attack and kill them. Mox Pearl, I am gonna daze this. They can kill Teferi. That's fine. and then put in Fencer, bounce their dude, and we killed him. Nice start. Our first match at 2-1. One was one off the power of Black Lotus, and I think the other one, Teferi, was the MVP. And we were right to protect it there. So on to match 2. Round 2, we are on the draw. We don't have super early interaction, but at least not for non-creatures. But our deck is kind of lacking in that regard anyway, so we can't really mulligan to it. I think we keep this. We have Sneak, we have Dak, we have Ulamog, so if we get to survive the first couple turns, then I think we can do some stuff. Okay, Sheldock Isle, that's a good card. It's not a very fast card though. So some sort of blue deck. Play our Steam Vents. No, not paying life. Obviously, we just want to draw the Lotus. Also have a Steam Vents, also not paying. Pestermite, okay. Polluted Delta. Plateau. So this feels like some sort of a control deck. Monastery Mentor, okay. Yeah, that works. I hope we get to kill this. Be nice. Let's just fetch for the island now. Well, I guess we could also just wait. Inspiring Vantage. Let's play this. It would be nice to have Pestermite and have that in play, but kill this guy now that we have the chance. No force. That's good. And next turn we can hopefully see what's up with this Vendilion Clique. 4 mana. Glenalendra. Okay. Glenalendra is pretty good, but I think we do get to just resolve this sneak attack now. Maybe they have removal for it, but this is the chance to get it on the table. I dislike that they're using this art for the sneak attack. Like the old one with the sleeping dragon is so much better. But I guess this is just what it is. Do they have a removal for the sneak? Could have like Disenchant or the Vote spell, Council's Judgment. 4 mana Nahiri. That's unfortunate. We can just exile our sneak. That's unfortunate. Well, we have an Nahiri of our own, but we can't actually resolve it. So let's just play our land. And then maybe at the end of their turn, we can play Pestermite, Vendilion Clique. We can Pestermite, untap our land, play Vendilion. And we have 2 creatures on the board to kind of pressure their Nahiri. And they decide not to discard anything. So their hand must be very good then. Ajani Vengeant. Okay. They're tapping our land. Somewhat annoying. Yeah, we get hit by the Glenalendra. And then on their end step, I think we just play Pestermite. We could play Pestermite just to tap their land. It actually seems kind of good, because that means we get to play Nahiri to exile the Glenalendra. Then we get to attack Ajani with the Pestermite, and then they can kill both the Pestermite and the Nahiri, but I feel that might just be worth it. So let's start by attacking with the Pestermite at Ajani. So if they want to kill something, the Ajani dies as well. I also feel like we do want to chart a course just to draw the extra cards. That sucks. Missing on land there is kind of brutal. Let's just play this Dak Faden. We draw 2 and discard 2. Let's discard this Ulamog, Busy Mortars. Shuffle everything back in. They also have their Sheldock Isle. Yeah, it was a rough sequence. Wall of Omens, sure. So they tap the Pestermite. No, they exile the Pestermite and they tap our land. And they attack with the Glen at our Dak. I think we just start off with Dacking. Well, we can discard the Splinter Twin because that's not happening. And then this Torrential Gearhulk, also not great. Let's just cast the Lotus, see if they want to counter it. Looks like they do. Okay, just wait and then Vendilion Clique on their end step. At least we get the Dak as well. They can also animate the Needle Spires. But then we can Venser that. Discard an island to the Nahiri. And they just kill our Dak. Yeah, that's fine. Brainstorm, okay. Still not super happy with how I played this game, but play another land. We're playing Lingering Souls. Yeah, Lingering Souls is annoying. We can, now even if we like through the Reaching Emrakul, it's not that relevant because they have the Lingering Souls. They can't flash it back, but maybe we just bounce this back to their hand. Gain a bit of tempo that way. I really don't know. It's a rough card to have to deal with. Skull Clamp, okay. So that's what they're doing. They're keeping open the mana. The Glenalendra hits us. Another island. I guess we just Vendilion Clique here. And we maybe should have just discarded this Force of Will. It seems like this is more of a fair matchup. See what they have in hand. And then probably just bottom the Lingering Souls. Recruiter of the Guard. That could also be very bad for us, but Lingering Souls, I'm not sure how we beat that. Can't really attack. And they just get to go through their deck. And now they have the Shelldock Isle active as well. So we get to find out if they were able to put something pretty busted underneath that. Chain Lightning. Do we want to pay 2 red to copy this? Kinda do. Yes. And then kill their Glenalendra. They get to copy it as well and kill our Venser. But I think that's still a fine trade for us. Yep. No. Yeah, they do still have 2 Planeswalkers. And one is getting dangerously close to ultimate. So maybe just running out that sneak attack wasn't a good idea. They clamped their wall. Okay, they're not activating their Shelldock, so either that's like a counter spell or it's just not that good. Play the Young Pyromancer because we have no other plays. Yeah, we can keep up force, but that's gonna do all that much good. They keep our land tapped. Gonna get in the Nahiri and not discard again. Snapcaster Mage. Are they Chain Lightninging? They have a good deck. They have lots of like the cheap cards, kind of what we're missing. I kind of just want to wait, see what this Nahiri ult gets them, and then maybe we know if they're also on like Emrakul or something like that, and then it's probably fine to scoop them up. Treachery. I mean, we can... Yeah, I mean, we Treachery here, and then we take their Snapcaster. They don't really care. They can kill it, and they can just Nahiri. So let's just see what this Nahiri gets them, and we can scoop them up. I don't think we're really getting out of this. So the Nahiri doesn't get them anything. Still don't think we really want to Treachery to Snapcaster. That doesn't seem like a winning play. What is this? They still have the Recruiter, right? The Needle Spires. I mean, this is kind of what we came to do, right? We just threw the Breach, the Sulamog. It does work. Now the question is, what do we attack? I think we attack the Ajani, just because I don't want my lands to get blown up. I imagine they block, draw 2 cards, but at least they go down a bit. They're sacrificing the wall in the Ajani. Okay, yeah, that's also a way to do it. But I don't get why you wouldn't just block with the wall. Guess you have to sacrifice too many other things. And if I'm correct, now the Ulamog still tries to attack the Ajani. I don't know. Maybe it just goes off to their face now. Yeah, no, nothing happens. We got rid of the Ajani at least. They also draw 2 more cards, so it's still not a good position for us. And this Treachery is actually kind of useless in the face of this Nahiri. Okay, now they search for something. Frost Titan. I mean, Frost Titan is good, but it's not just game over. Although, we take 8. So, I guess Frost Titan was good enough. I wasn't really paying attention to our life total. Against their deck, I mean, Repeal is... I guess it's still fine. Flame Slash, like Lightning Helix, is kind of better than Mizzium Mortars here. Although Mortars overloading could be a thing. They have a lot of small dudes. Teferi seems amazing. Maybe Force of Will, but forcing through our thing could be good. Cut this Torrential Gearhulk. It's kind of slow. We don't have great targets for it. Maybe it shouldn't be in our deck to begin with. Alright, let's try this again. We have Young Pyromancer, we have Teferi, we have Lightning Helix, but we don't have white lands. Pyromancer seems good, but not that amazing, because we don't actually have anything to cast with it. No, I think we mull this. And we get this hand, which is even worse, so let's mulligan again. I guess this is kind of good. Let's keep it. We do have to put 2 back, which is a little awkward because I kind of want to stays, but I don't think we can afford to do that. And I do want to Signet just to ramp into the sneak attack. I guess we just go for this. They have 7 cards and they seem to be some sort of like a more grindy deck, like interactive. So that's kind of rough to begin with. So let's go get our Steam Vents, not paying life, and take our turn. Flame Slash, that's not bad. All right, so we need to draw lands. I guess Lotus is also good. Although even if we draw Lotus, do we sneak attack? Seems kind of bad. Fire Ice, I imagine, or Brazen Borrower. Fire Ice. Okay, we did draw the land. That's nice. So now we kind of want to draw another land and have them tap out. Guess that's the ideal scenario. Brainstorm. No, something else. Time Walk. Okay, Time Walk is kind of like an explorer here, so it's fine. I feel that, yeah, they don't have the 3rd land, so they just play Teferi now. Yep, and they bounce our Boros Signet. I don't like that. Lotus. No. Mountain. It was the card we wanted to draw, but not when they have Teferi. And Teferi is obnoxious. And they play like Wall of Omens. Yep, Wall of Omens. Shelldock Isle. I do think we just go for it here. If they have like Spell Pierce or like a free counter spell, then so be it. I don't think our position is really going to improve all that much. So it's kind of now or never. And now we get their whole board still, unless Skullclamp. Now they get to keep something. We do go for it. If they have a force, they have a force. They have a daze. We're still going to pay for it and then hope that they don't draw Nahiri. What is this? Wear Tear. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. We're just a little bit too slow. Not that strange after a mulligan. Mox Pearl. Seems like they're just going to go nuts now. Stone Coil Serpent. Sure. Just draw some cards. Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, I don't even know what we could draw. Let's just repeal their Mox. I'm just going to scoop this up. I don't think we're getting out of this. They have way more cards than we, and our cards are kind of bad now, so. All right, round 3. Let's see if we can salvage a 2-1 with this deck. The power is definitely there. The consistency is not. This hand, I mean, we get the Through the Breach them, but it's probably too slow. But that's just kind of how our deck works. And we have deck as some way to interact, so let's just keep this. We're also under draw, so this whole Through the Breach, oh no, we're on the play, so that's at least something. Forest, okay. Hex Drinker, protection from everything, but I don't think it has protection from Annihilator, so there's that. Maybe we get to ambush this with Vendilion Clique. I think Hex Drinker is a good start for us. Yeah, they're just gonna level it up. I like that. Yep. And I guess we just draw step Vendilion Clique them just to see what's up. And like stop like a channel or God knows what. Dryad, Carnage Tyrant, Freyalise, Turn Timber. I think they can keep all of these cards. They can cast a Dryad and then play an extra land, and then next turn they can have the Freyalise, but it's not super fast or anything. So I think we let them keep this. Like there's way worse things they could be drawing if we give them another draw. Yeah, they have the Dryad, play a land, and we also have like a decent clock with this Clique. Not blocking. So this has protection from instants now, okay. Sneak attack. I mean, we can just play this sneak and then let them worry about this. And then if they somehow answer it, maybe they have to spend some mana or do some stuff to try and get it off the board. We can just Through the Breach. And if it stays, then we can maybe discard the Through the Breach to the deck. But let's just attack them as well. We are on a pretty fast clock because next turn they can attack us for 8. So maybe we're actually putting ourselves dead. No, it has to have 8 counters. That's a lot. They can dump all their mana into it though. And then it's a 6/6. They attack for 8. Freyalise. Yeah, we knew that. So now they kill our sneak and they attack. We can kill their Freyalise and Annihilator them. But if we attack their Freyalise, I guess if we attack with the Vendilion Clique, they just sacrifice the Freyalise. If we attack with both of these, they have to sacrifice 4 permanents. So they sack Freyalise, Dryad, and 2 lands. Or I could just attack them. Don't think they can kill us next turn. Famous last words. They just lose too much mana. I don't think they can get to 8 power, right? Smuggler's Copter. Well, that does block, but we can steal it with the deck. So I guess we win then. Yep. That does it. All right, I think we want the Lightning Helix and we just cut the Torrential Gearhook again and just leave it at that. Seems way too greedy to keep this, but if we draw like a Pestermite, we don't even have the second red, so let's mulligan. Okay, we have a Flame Slash and some actual stuff, so let's keep this. This is better. They mulligan to 6 at least. We keep our 6, put an island on the bottom, and that's it. They don't have a turn 1 dork. Ooh, sneak attack. I like that. Wall of Roots. Well, we can't kill that, at least not yet. Boros Signet. We just need our big Eldrazi. Okay, making some mana. Courser. We're gonna kill the Courser, although I also like the idea of being able to steal it, but that's a little greedy. They have Acidic Slime, so they can slime us. Let's repeal the wall so we don't get slimed, and then let's Sacred Foundry, Pay to Life, Flame Slash their Courser. So we know they're drawing the Slime Ball, but they can't really play it next turn. So they'll probably just play the wall again. Questing Beast. I think we just counter this. We don't have a land drop rolled up anyway, so we might as well. We draw Inspiring Vantage. So let's start with Chart a Course. Venser Island. Let's discard the island, play the Inspiring Vantage. And they can... Oh, I guess it was greedy to discard the island because now they just slime ball our steam vents. Yeah, that was real bad. Oh, they take out the Boros Signet? I don't mind that. Oof. I don't really want to play sneak attack and then just get it blown up. So let's just keep up Fencer, hope to draw a land, and then we can sneak Emrakul them. Vindorn Elves, that's totally fine. Wall of Roots, fine as well. If they just have the Slime Ball beats, then we can take this for a while we search for our land. Dak Faden. Yeah, let's just play the Dak. Let's loot. Treachery, Young Peasy. I think we discard Fencer, Young Pyromancer. Play a land. Say go. Now we have the sneak for the Emrakul. What is this? 7 mana. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. If that card has converted mana cost 3 or less, it enters with 3 additional +1/+1 counters. Okay. Let's see if they have some big boys in there. Maybe we can go Treachery into sneak attack and really wreck them. Or maybe they just wreck us with some crazy nonsense creature. Carnage Tyrant. Well, we're not treacherying a Carnage Tyrant, that's for sure. But what we can do, I guess, is Treachery the Acidic Slime. Then we have a blocker for the Carnage Tyrant, and they have one less thing they can sacrifice. Yeah, I like that. They attack the deck. Just choose us, draw 2 cards, discard Force. Mizzium Mortis could be good here, but no, let's just do this. And we Treachery the Acidic Slime. They are kind of on empty after this. Doesn't untap the creature, but at least it's one less thing they can sacrifice, and it's a blocker at some point for the Carnage Tyrant. Sneak attack. And we have a Jace left over. Pay a red. Emrakul. You have to sacrifice 6 permanents, and that's enough for them. They scoop it up. All right, so we went 2-1. I think our deck was fine. It was lacking in a little bit of the interactive elements. We didn't have that many good interactive cards, at least not like cheap ones. And I think we misconstructed it by having Torrential Gearhulk in there. But any deck with a Lotus is able to win some games, even though we only played it once very effectively. Kind of sweet, just Emrakuling and Ulamogging people. I'll be posting more of these videos later on. Let me know if you enjoy these, and I'll try and maybe draft the Omnath Niv Mizzet deck next time. This time I wanted to keep it a little bit simpler. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.